Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a pretty funny one. I want to do a follow-up on the MetaStorm scam, which I was covering last week. I got sent the link to this website last week and I went over it, and the first thing I saw as I started scrolling down the page was the footage they were claiming was coming from their game, which was this. I'll refresh your memory. So they go, this is the metaverse of MetaStorm, which is this VR play to earn metaverse of a game, and the very first thing I show is like, hang on, what's this? Now, anyone who has VR and likes shooters recognizes this as the kill house level from Pavlov. In fact, let me take you in there for a second. Let's put on the VR and go to the metaverse. And we're back in the metaverse. If the mic volume is a bit low, that is because I'm using the onboard mic in the Oculus Quest 2. And welcome to Pavlov VR. Now, I want to show you the kill house, which they showed in the beginning of their video. It is right over there. So the idea, the mere concept of thinking they can show this footage as their own is not only a huge insult to the VR community who knows this game very well, it's free to play, but I think Pavlov themselves should be issuing a cease and desist to them immediately to get these videos pulled down because they had passed them off as their own. Let's do it like this. All right, so here is the first thing they showed you in the MetaStorm demo, which is not their demo. It is this. It is the kill house. I will now demonstrate. And as you can see, I am pretty good at this because take that and that. It's actually pretty fun. I've never done these, never considered using two of these in each hand, but seeing that I'm pretty buff, I can handle it, but definitely not MetaStorm. Take that. Ah! Oh, you almost got me. Well, I'm pretty good at this. And welcome back to pancake mode. So that is what they passed off as their game. Now, the stupid part here is, well, there's two stupid parts. First of all, anyone who's got VR will recognize this, and a lot of people do have it. Maybe these guys at MetaStorm don't think people actually have VR, but it's very widely known and easily identified. But more than that, you can upload your own custom levels to Pavlov. So if they had any Zoomer there, any teenager, can upload their own level and pass that off, and it would have made the scam a little more believable. But here's a funny part I want to touch on, and that is that Kira TV, a big YouTuber, Kira TV, did a wonderful job at this, and he actually came at the same story from a different angle. I never actually saw this channel. This channel he's looking at here, this YouTube channel that he's looking at, is not actually connected to the website. There's no link to it, but it's trying to promote it in a very unusual way. And what he's noticing is that there's a bunch of thumbnails with a guy named Thomas or Timothy or something at the bottom reading a script, and then the person changes to a different person, and Kira's going, what's happening here? Let's watch a couple of seconds of this.
But then it gets weirder. Then it turns into a different person. It's a different person on the same channel, but he's reading the same script. And I don't know, is this an AI? Is this the Matrix? Are we being attacked by the...
Okay, so the first bunch of thumbnails show one guy, and then the thumbnails change to another guy, and then this guy comes on.
And on which I plan to stake at least 10 claims in the next...
I wonder if this is an AI or if somebody's paid these people.
So they've paid the people, but Kira goes on to slam this poor guy here for the next 18 minutes as he talks about how wonderful MetaStorm is and how wonderful the token is, and Kira's just going off on it. But as it turns out, yes, it's paid. And not only is it paid, but it's this guy right over here. So thank you, and and Psyker, I'm probably butchering a name from my Discord. Thank you, and Psyker, for finding him so quickly. And Nathaniel Lee is the guy that is on the YouTube channel promoting MetaStorm. Now, he is just a paid spokesman. For $50, you can get Nathaniel Lee here.
Hey, I'm Nathaniel Lee, and welcome to my green screen spokesperson Fiverr gig.
Handsome guy, well-spoken, and did a wonderful job. So there's a couple of things happening now. Number one, Nathaniel Lee was notified about his likeness and his content being used on that channel to promote what is an obvious scam. He has reached out to Fiverr to see if there's any recourse from there, but I can assure you that he is not pleased with the way this footage is being used, and he's exploring his options from there. But also, I can't imagine that Pavlov will like the idea of their footage being passed off on that too. But let's take a look at some recent tweets, and this past weekend was interesting because I put out my first video on this last week, and then after I put my video out, this shows up. 1 day left because they're going to release their alpha version, and alpha spelt with an F, I guess like alfalfa. I don't know if that's a typo or if that's trying to be cool with it, but alpha spelled correctly in the Twitter here, but spelled incorrectly on their poster. But we're not going to be worrying about that too much. So listen, the alpha version is going to come out. At this point, when I saw this, I'm thinking to myself, is it possible that I'm wrong? Is it possible that even with all the flags, the red flags I'm seeing here, besides the footage, is it possible they are actually working on a game and have an actual game? It's possible, but there's a lot of red flags. Listen, this is a well-done scam as far as the planning goes. Where they messed up was simply using footage from another game. They got the token information out. There's an entire roadmap. There's an entire team. I think it will be interesting to actually explore this, the LinkedIn, and see if these are actual real individuals, or are they real but not associated with the company? Are some of them real or some of them fake? Because that will be interesting to dig into. I just haven't done that yet. And this partner section, all nonsense anyway. So the story here on this was, I'm doubting myself now. I'm going, is it possible I could be wrong? Because it seems they're going to be releasing the alpha version in 5 hours. The countdown is real. The tension is real. And look at this. There's going to be 100 people who will help them make the MetaStorm a better game. We'll send the details and instructions soon. Together, we can make the best FPS shooter on the blockchain. Sounds awesome. 149 likes, 25 retweets, 4 comments. What are the comments here? I'm curious to know. Telegram. Oh, yeah. Okay, so people posting in Telegram that looks like a scam, that was all deleted. So yeah, at least some people are on that. But impressive use of social media that they've farmed the likes. They've got bots retweeting. They've gone to a lot of lengths to make this work. And here comes the magic moment. Welcome to the MetaStorm universe. Alpha version was released. Our servers are running. Now there are 2 game modes. You have storyline mode and deathmatch. We hope you'll be satisfied with the work. Looking feedback as well. Curious. I did not see anyone actually posting any footage. Now, it's very possible, and it is also common for gaming companies to put people under NDA, and you cannot actually share information until they allow you to. But nothing was shown from all this testing of the new gameplay. Typically, you'd expect to see some alpha gameplay released once a company has it. But the very next tweet after this is this one. And what they show you here is, again, Pavlov and onward. So even though they claim to have done their alpha with 100 people playing, they're still showing footage from another game. Now, I fully expect them, what I expect them to do next is simply upload a custom level into Pavlov and try pass that off as their own, because they just believe people are stupid and gullible. But no one seems to be following it so far, which is nice here. They're just spamming the token again. Here they're saying there'll be death mode, guild mode, create all maps. Again, this is 100%. I think they're just going to rip off Pavlov. That's what they're doing. So I'm pretty sure that Pavlov is going to be reaching out to them very soon with some cease and desist. We'll see. And that's where the Twitter goes. And oh, okay. Now be honest with me. How many of you are looking at that right now and thinking, oh, that is impressive? Because big goals mean great achievements. We have already mentioned how meticulous we are in preparing of our marketing campaign. As a result, we are on top of the Burj Khalifa fire icon. Thank you to each and every one of you for your support. Next up is the moon. How many of you, now be honest, chat below and comment section below, how many of you believe or actually thought that was real even for a second or so? Because I'm curious to know. Because the second I saw that, I go, well, no, that can't be true. Because do you know how much it costs to advertise on the Burj Khalifa? You don't? Well, I looked it up. To advertise on the facade of the Burj Khalifa starts at $68,000 for a 3-minute display. Who thinks that these guys actually spent $68,000 for 3 minutes on the Burj Khalifa? I don't. But thankfully, we can simply see how they did it by going over here to Fiverr. And what do you know? For a mere $25, I can get you on the Burj Khalifa. So guys, if you plan to advertise on Burj Khalifa for $68,000, don't worry about it. I can hook you up for $25 and get the same thing done for you. So again, I mean, they're not claiming, are they claiming that they're really advertising? I think they're trying to fool some people. I think some people fall for that. Again, 149 likes, 26 retweets, very similar to all of the posts. They definitely got some kind of bot network working on that. But obviously fake, and they're not saying it's fake. I think they think people will fall for it. And that ends the new information on MetaStorm. So a couple of things I expect to be happening pretty soon. I do expect Nathaniel Lee to be reaching out to Fiverr and to YouTube to see if he can get the likeness of his work here removed from what he did there. I also expect Pavlov to be contacting these guys and saying, hey, you can't use our footage as your game. And also, I think that might throw a wrench into the future plans, because 100% they're planning to make their own level in Pavlov and try pass it off as their own. And to the MetaStorm guys, I mean, you guys did everything well as far as scams go. Your biggest problem was simply using other games. Otherwise, this could have possibly had a chance at being a scammy scam. But now it's just a stupid scam, which is a disappointment to everyone who loves a good scam. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wrap it up, but I'm sure more exciting stuff will happen by next week in MetaStorm. If you want to learn more about it, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up, your comments below, appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one.